like warm up like needed for this. Man. That was the shot in the arm I was looking for.
Now I'm loose.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Yay!
Let's go. There it is. Man, had that nasty taste in my mouth the last 48 hours. I couldn't get it out. I forgot to brush my teeth. That's what it was.
I forgot. We didn't all get a root canal?
We didn't. We'll get to that in a second here. But finally tonight, we get to hopefully rinse that awful taste out with another Nuggets game that'll help us. I'm telling you, I've been trying to forget that game. Tonight will go a long way to helping me do just that. We're going to talk about Uncle Jeff getting his ring because it's his first time back in Ball Arena. First time back.
First time back.
First time back. So we
Is that true?
ring.
On getting
Absolutely
the ring.
not. I seen those shoes though. Like last week.
Yeah.
They play
chrome
them
shoes.
once a week, and I seen them last week.
It was
they're
almost like he was expecting something.
Yeah, this week though he'll get it. This time he'll get it.
I hope he
So
wears different shoes.
I mean,
I hope he does
diamonds
too.
are forever, man.
Diamonds are forever.
Who cares
Don't
if you
rush
get
into it. We're also going to talk about you guys. I don't know if you've looked at the stats lately, but they're out of control.
Oh, God.
I'm going to complain about that. Dev's back. That means we're making some money.
Finally.
Let's do that.
And then over here, I got
do
Brendan Vogt.
What up, gang? Went to shoot around this morning. Have some thoughts on what exactly happened last time Jeff was in
Do you
Houston.
have some?
I have some thoughts. And then a couple of quick updates on what will happen tonight based off what Jeff Green said himself. So I'm happy to be here with the gang.
Oh, man, I can't. That's a tease right there.
Yeah, it's not
brother.
that good. That's
no,
two.
it was. I actually, for me, I was like not expecting it.
Yeah.
Fresh off the root canal, it's D-line.
I've had an incredibly traumatic week. And the worst
Doesn't
thing that
hurt to
happened to me was that Jokic game.
Yeah, talking about traumatic.
So if you had to go back and have that game happen tonight or have a root come now tonight, which one would you pick? You have to pick one.
I hold Jokic at such high esteem, so much higher than my own nerves in my mouth. So I'd expect them to fail, and I never expect Jokic to.
Did you get this, though? Did you get the nitrous oxide?
No.
You didn't?
Can you
Why
imagine
not?
getting-
I was there the whole time.
Why not? Well, you're there for nitrous oxide. It's
No,
kind of a
well,
crazy.
You
like,
be knowing what they put in you?
I just got the local.
the local.
Ow,
yeah,
natural.
that
I got
sucks.
the-
Yeah,
I know
Hawkins
the
is
names
fine.
of the I just be like, come on, man, just hurry up. Let's get this done.
You never had the nitrous oxide that they
Nope.
put on you?
I've actually
Have you
never
ever
got
had it?
I've never got
No.
the laughing gas.
they
I've never got
call
the
it?
laughing
No.
gas.
Oh man, I've had it one time.
You guys
That was a
go to
great
good
time.
dentists.
I didn't have health insurance when I got my wisdom teeth removed, all 4 of them in North Hollywood.
Yeah, dude, I had this exact
Yeah.
experience. I
That's
didn't
a whole
speak English.
podcast,
I
isn't
did
it?
mine in the back of a closet with somebody that didn't speak English. She told me
Same.
she was the Michelangelo of dentistry.
Then I had to go back several times to get the infected flesh removed.
We've all had traumatic
The guy just is like
experiences.
on top of the chair trying to get it out with like a. I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
What are we doing here? Like, what's happening here?
just hitting you in the mouth.
Teeth are a terrible design.
They really are.
Whoever was in charge of teeth design,
They don't need them.
back to
Totally messed them
back
up.
to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board. Over there, Superstar Dev.
I'm excited about tonight's game. I know it's against the team that they played 17 times, but this one matters.
It's the one that
Those
counts.
other ones didn't matter. I don't care about the in-season turn. This one matters. It's Yoke getting back to himself. I
That's
love
what
it.
matters
I
for
love
us,
it.
man. Nobody, inside or outside that locker room, feels these swings of emotions like we do.
Oh, no, nor should they.
No, should they, man?
Can you imagine, like, if you had a bad day at work and you're like, oh, and you like wrote a blog about it. It's like everyone around you is just having a meltdown. You're like, I'm sorry, man. I had a bad day at work.
Yeah, it just happens. It would be funny if people analyzed it. Has D-line, has he lost it? Is he
have.
just no longer good?
Yeah, I have. Yes. No longer. I've definitely fallen out of the MVP conversation. I'll tell you that.
All right, Nuggets, Rockets, 4th time this year. Very familiar with each other. Give us the game notes.
It's the 4th time they've taken on the Rockets. It's the 2nd time they've tried to give Jeff Green his championship ring. It didn't work out last time. I did hear a couple of players joking with Jeff as they left the arena.
Hold on, is this an exclusive?
I'm not
Hold
sure.
on.
I actually don't know if any of this
Exclusive
is
rumor.
I'm just gonna say it because I was there.
Rumor.
I'm just gonna say it. Fred VanVleet, make sure they got your bleeping ring tonight. Reggie, I'm on them. We're gonna see. I think there was a logistical match up last time, which is compounded by Jeff Green saying when he was asked about what he sees when he visualizes this, what this ring means to him. He says, "Well, when I visualized it a week ago." Maybe a tear or two, but now it's just the happiness.
This is the best.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I do know those were the things that were said today.
I just love that there's somebody in the Kroenke organization that was like, "Hey man, do you have Jeff's ring?" They're like, "What? What? Jeff's ring?" Yeah, Jeff Green. He's in town tonight for the ring. Like, what?
He's still in the league?
That's. Oh my God! Yeah, I have it, dude. I have it. Let's do it next week, though. It's
It sounds like it's sorted out for tonight. In fact, there's a plan and everything, including. I actually don't know if it's happening right now. By the way, that
might be.
I think it might be.
We should get this TV on. I can see way down there.
DeAndre Jordan is going to present the ring to Jeff Green. Not
that feels
surprising
right.
to
That's
us.
dope. That does make sense.
Jeff Green says he's the closest friend and brother I have in the NBA. We've played together now for 3 teams. It's much more than basketball with us, and I think people see it. And yeah, he declined to see it beforehand. He said it's like asking a lady to see the ring before you propose. He's like, it's just very special. I want to see it for the first time. But he has seen pictures and all of that. So yeah, Jeff Green is slated to get his ring this time tonight. Other game notes include this great quote from Michael Malone on Nikola Jokic. I don't know if you guys heard, he shot 32 times in the last game. He only hit 9 of them. Malone says, quote, I hope he takes 40 shots tonight, end quote. Not concerned about the shot selection from Jokic. I mean, really, what's so shocking, guys, is just that he missed them.
I know, dude. If he misses as many shots as he did last time, I'm taking 40 shots tonight. I can't deal with this.
Take a shot for every shot he misses. Oh, that would be a rough night.
I love the fact that the coach is endorsing for him to just do the same.
Of course
thing.
he should, man. Of course.
You know,
Can you
like,
imagine?
Don't get in your own head or anything like that. Like, just shoot the ball, and you already know that his guys are backing him too. So I think that that's a cool thing to talk about, especially with somebody that was like a weird game for him, but also he had a triple-double, a big-time triple-double in his worst game in years. Nobody else does that. No one.
Yeah. Can you imagine, though, if Michael Malone was like, yeah, he's shooting too much. I don't like his decision-making out there. I really question it.
We had a team meeting about this.
Well, I mean, we've heard it in different ways from
what?
other people.
With us?
No, yeah, but I'm just saying that's a conversation that people. I'm sure that he's had that conversation with MPJ. at
Oh,
times.
sure,
You know,
sure,
like
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like those have come out.
But what was jarring about this one is Yoke literally makes the right decision every time and then makes every shot he takes. So it was weird that he didn't. But you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, of course you're going to endorse him. And honestly, if we're being honest, do you think that Jokic has an aggressive game tonight shooting the ball? Or regular or even slightly like a little under?
Regular.
Just a regular game.
I kind of think so.
18 shots, 17 shots.
Dude,
something like
that's
that.
the thing about Jokic. Again, like we care way more than they do. Like he was just like, ugh. And then he's not thinking about last game. We're thinking about last game.
Right, yeah,
He's
yeah.
just, this is just a game he's playing.
He's already been
not
to the
like,
pool.
he's not like, oh man, I really got to atone, whatever. He's like, I'm going to play a basketball game
Yeah.
the way I play a basketball game.
I definitely don't think he's shook. And that's to say, if he gets those looks again and he feels like it's the right play, he's putting those shots on.
Tonight will be different, I think, just because I don't think he's hungover. So I think they might have fixed
That could go.
I think they might have fixed the problem.
That could go a long
I don't
way.
know if that's the problem. I'm just saying.
Another quote from Malone. This one's actually
A banger?
a statistic, and it's a banger. Defensive rating by quarter for
Yeah.
the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, boy.
Seems like an innocent enough stat, right? In the first quarter, 103.9. That's good for third best in the league. Let's jump to the third quarter. 108, fifth best in the league.
Okay.
Fourth quarter, 111.1. That's seventh best in the league. These are good splits.
Man,
Yeah.
that's all but the second quarter.
I did skip the second quarter. Let's go back to that. 126.6, which is 30th by a mile. The
Okay,
Denver Nuggets guys get crushed in the second quarter, and particularly they're not getting stops in the second quarter, and that is a focused area of concern for me.
Now, I wonder what's different between the first quarter and the second quarter.
Generally speaking, it's the players on the floor.
Oh,
That's
right,
an
the
interesting-
player, the people playing the game.
Yeah, so that's those. It's, and I think we all see it. I mean, even that first stint, you hold your breath when Jokic goes off the floor. You just hold your breath. Sometimes they can keep it together in the second one, or he comes back a little earlier. But that first stint when he leaves the floor, it always feels like you hope the game isn't won or lost here. Let's move.
Well,
or
hold
should we
on.
move or
Well,
you
one
wanna-
thing I was going to say, though, about that stat and about your point is the starters have also been bad in the second quarter. They've also been really bad. And he brought this up. He's
Right.
like, now, a lot of that's the bench. They come in, but our starters are no better defensively. And I think, like, I'm going to go ahead and say partially fair. I do think there's something to, like, you lose momentum. You know, you go from what were they the other day, up 8 to down 8, and then you have to come in and somehow, like, the
Right.
vibes are gone.
The
and you have to
flow's gone.
The flow's gone and all of that stuff. So I give a little bit of a pass. But at the same time, this is the challenge, sadly, is, hey, guess who makes all the money on this team? Starting lineup. So sometimes you're going to have to clean up the mess at the bench, and the starters, I think, too, have to go in there with, like, it's like their challenge. It's not a fair one, but they kind of have to.
There have been a few games of note where they closed out the half, like, terribly. Like, really just gave up big runs inexplicably.
Yeah, never got it back.
Never got it back.
Yeah, but again, you've already talked about it. The bench comes in, they give up the lead. It's hard to try to stop a train once it's already, on its track. And putting Jokic back in, that does make it hard where you don't have the momentum anymore. So it's shocking numbers, but it's also, you understand why it's shocking numbers.
Yep.
For the Rockets, Thompson and Jock Landale, they're still out. Jeff Green was on their injury report on Wednesday for personal reasons. He's off it, obviously expected to get his ring. Jeff Green back in the lineup for Houston.
Dude, what
Thompson
if they don't have
and
his
Jock
ring again?
Landale are out.
That would actually be great.
They just like never ordered one.
They just
keep
keep
coming up with they're like, oh man, craziest thing.
They're like, have you seen the replica ones in the shop? We'll get you two.
Let us get you one. We'll
can
get
get
you
you
pick
two.
out as many as you want, actually.
And injury update, Jamal Murray is available for tonight's game.
Let's
against the
go.
Nuggets.
Heck yes. All right, so Nuggets Rockets 4. This is the first one, I believe, with Jamal Murray, though.
I think you're right.
He has not played in this one. And also, as we have talked about previously, the Rockets, what's the opposite of undefeated?
Defeated.
Just defeated. They are defeated on the road. They're just defeated.
Fully defeated.
They're fully defeated. They're 0-8 on the road. So you never want to be a team's first win on the road. They have kind of looked like ass since we declared them a fun story.
Sick.
That hot story, they beat Nuggets twice in 1 week, and we're like, it was a great story. They haven't won
Turns out that
since.
was way, much more of a Nugget story than it was a
They're
Rocket
like, how
story.
about Indiana? They look sick,
Yeah,
huh?
they look good now.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I still think this is a tough matchup. You got the Şengün piece. Who are you zoned in on here, Dev?
Jokic.
For the Nuggets.
Jokic.
I give you the easy one. I
love when Dev-
love when he looks at me like,
I want him to get back to himself. Like, really, and I honestly, I would love for him to have another aggressive game like that and just
32
make more
shots.
shots.
Yes.
If he
Yes.
does that again, that's a 60-point night for him. That would be incredible. We have not seen that before. So I want him to go right back to the well on that. Like, hey, this time I missed it. Next time I won't. And everyone else, I want them to feed them in the exact same ways that they just did. That would be amazing.
what about you? You can't take Jokic. He's off the board.
Murray.
Good luck, buddy.
It's Murray. It's Murray. It's Murray.
Yeah,
Like
that's
Murray
a great
came back.
one.
Murray looked good in his return.
Yeah.
It was funny because Murray was still operating the way that Murray and Jokic are. Like they still he's
Yeah.
like, okay, cool, 2-man game. This is awesome. And then Jokic kept missing it, but he's like,
Murray
just
just like freaking out.
yeah, dude. And to that end, MPJ, not to take it, but I want to see how those three interact again, where we have the primary action that is the Denver Nuggets, that pick and roll, that 2-man game with Jokic and Murray. But specifically, I just want to see Murray become Murray. It's been just a whole season of being all right, the season of Murray, does it start now? When does the season
The
of Murray
year of
begin?
Jamal?
When does the year of Jamal 2024, it turns out, not 23.
Yeah. What about you?
Defense. So last time the Rockets were in Denver, went much better for Denver. As we talked about, both of these teams much better at home than on the road. So no surprise there, but there was another detail. Van Vliet was out. And in the Houston game prior to that, or I think both of them, they absolutely torched Denver down the stretch in the pick and roll, particularly Michael Porter Jr. But a lot of it was Fred Van Vliet, who proved to be a tough cover or a thorn in their side running that pick and roll. So he is playing tonight. If it's a close game again in the fourth, do they go back to attacking Denver like it's a playoff game? And can Denver defend better as if it's a playoff game in that specific way?
I'm going to throw you guys a massive curveball.
Oh,
Now it is-
Jalen Pickett.
It is. He might be with them today. He is not at the Grand Rapids Gold, so who knows, man? Maybe this isn't Jalen Pickett night. I would love it, by the way, if Malone really zigged on that. Because another question he was asked in the pregame was, do you think about going to a Justin Holiday or this or that? And he's like, I got to give the young guys room. I can't be changing it up on him every single night. So it would be funny if he changed it up on him.
I was going to say, that actually is what he's been doing so far. So
Well, you know what's funny is when he was talking about if you take a guy out of the lineup, you're going to ruin his confidence. And I'm sitting there going, Zeke's out the lineup.
Yeah.
Healthy. I love how all of the proclamations, both by us and even Malone, when we talk about the bench and it's growing and we're seeing signs, it just completely ignores the fact that one guy is at an all-time
Mike hears
low.
that quote, just throws his contents of his locker across the room.
I am curious, though, honestly, tonight, it would be a candidate for a Zeke Najee night, if there was one. There's not a huge big on the other
Najee
side.
night.
There's not a defensive center that you say that you could make the excuse. They're kind of small.
And no jock.
Yeah, the landfill's out.
And landfill is out, and like they haven't been playing a big guy. They've just been playing basically wings and stuff as in their rotation. So this is a night that you could trot out. You're worried about that second quarter defense. Throw out Zeke Najee, try to switch everything and see if it happens. I always thought that Malone was going to get back to Zeke at some point, waiting for a home stretch. There's a couple road games right after this and then the home stretch, but I don't know. Maybe it starts tonight, so I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, man, like, we need Zeke. If not Zeke, they need to find another plan, because right now, like, that's just like a non-asset. That's just like a contract that's sitting on the bench, and it's like not giving us anything, and it's like
Costing.
it's not moving.
Now it's costing.
Yeah, and it's not like moving towards some kind of resolution. It's like they got to figure something out. They either need to invest in this guy from a playing time and a confidence standpoint, or they got to cut bait. And you know, like, we got to see what we got.
He's shooting 50% from three on the year.
Let's go.
3 of 6.
I was about to say on like 6 shots.
3 of 6. Hey, it's 50%.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, 50% is 50%.
I mean, it's positive. Positive. But like, really, the big thing about it is like those numbers that we talked about in the second quarter, those weren't the case to start this season out. And now they have their team back healthy. So maybe you can go back to what got you there.
Right.
Like, that was a positive time for them, and he hasn't been able to see what the second unit looks like because they have had some injuries. Now that Jamal's back, go back to it just to see if you can get it right. And Houston is a perfect opportunity. You talked about not having the two bigs. You talk about a slow-paced team like that plays like a methodical way, just the way that Denver does. And then also like the factor of you have not been playing much. So every second that you have out there, you better maximize that opportunity. So this is a perfect spot to put them in and just see what you have there, because you want that to be your option. You just have to. DeAndre Jordan, he's been playing well, but that's not the option that they wanted to go with for the entire year. So like you said, you're taken away from something that you wanted to buy into. So give him a chance.
Do you guys, we got to move on. This is the longest first segment in the history of the show. Jeff Green does allegedly get his
we're
ring
in
tonight.
game notes?
Yeah, we're in game notes. Jeff
Let's
Green,
just say Jeff Green. All right, stat padding. Let's go.
Jeff Green, real quick. We have all kind of discounted this idea of like, will the Nuggets miss Jeff Green? They're going to miss Bruce, but will they miss Jeff? But I'm watching LeBron James last night in the in-season tournament look like as good as ever. I keep thinking this guy's going to like age, and he doesn't. I don't know what it is.
Just wait till the season is at its end.
It's possible. But my point is that Jeff Green does fill a niche that the Nuggets don't have right now, which is just big-bodied guy off the bench. They don't. They have a lot of wings. They have a lot of guards, but they don't have anybody. I mean, Zeke and DeAndre. And I'm just sitting here wondering, sitting here going like, in some of these games, I'm like, man, I wish the Nuggets had Jeff. Am I alone on this?
Yeah.
I think that I think it's more who's the bigger body, forward or small ball five, that could be that eighth guy, right?
Yeah.
Because we feel confident about the sixth and seventh.
Yeah.
And you're right, like Jeff kind of filled this role, sometimes by default, sometimes he actually was pretty good for some stretches in the playoffs filling that role. But that's the thing, like, could Denver get to 8 guys? Yeah, I could trust Justin Holiday, but is he the same presence as Jeff Green? Can he help you size up and match up the way Jeff did? No. So, like, that's another part of the Zeke Najee thing, and why it feels like there's urgency behind developing him as opposed to just giving up.
Right.
Is maybe he could be that. The answer's been no so far, but you know, what's it going to be? DeAndre Jordan? Almost certainly not. So that's where it comes from, I think.
No part of you, Dev?
Not even a little bit. But I am
He
excited.
played backup center, though.
I'm excited that he's getting his ring tonight, but I don't miss Jeff Green. And also, if Zeke was playing a little bit better, you wouldn't have to think about those times.
That's part of it, though, right? Like,
I know. He isn't.
I was not a big Jeff Green guy.
Me neither.
I did think that, like, the minutes that he gave, it was like a consistent option, so like you knew what to expect there. But also, I just think that the ceiling is much higher on guys that they have on the team right now. that I don't really miss Jeff Green.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, if Jeff Green was playing the backup 5, it would be not great either. Like, he could in stints, but, like, I'm with Dev. I mean, like, I felt like we spent all last year just being like, oh, my God, is Jeff Green ever going to grab a rebound? Like,
That's so true.
we like Jeff Green. I mean, there's nothing to not like about Jeff Green.
Very
He's very
likable.
affable.
Very likable.
Very, like, an awesome personality, a guy you love to have in your squad. I think that you miss, I mean, like, we're just looking for anything that makes that bench make sense. I still am in my heart, like, I just can't be shaken off the idea that Zeke Naji is miscast as being a center. Like, he should play the way that Jeff Green was asked to play, like as a 4, bodying up guys that are a little bit more physical, but like, not Jeff. I don't know. Like,
The stat pad. Oh, by the way, the last game, Michael Porter had 30 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Last time these guys played. Remember that game? So
I do remember that one.
You know, maybe it's another Porter night. I don't know. We'll find out. By the way,
quarter for quarter.
Harrison Wind had a phenomenal interview with his trainer, Michael Messer.
Yeah.
Today was an hour-long interview, about 45-minute long interview, where he actually revealed quite a bit. It was a very good thing. So if you haven't caught that, make it part of your weekend listening over the weekend, because I feel like there was a lot of good intel on Michael Porter and just kind of what goes on with him. All right. Stat padding, we're going to spend 1 minute on this. You guys look around the other night. This is what really got me. On Wednesday night, Joel Embiid had 50. Desmond Bane had 49. Luka Doncic had 41, 12, and 10 and didn't play except for 6 minutes in the second half. These numbers are kind of ridiculous. And I was going back and looking. Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest scorers I've ever seen, thrice in his career averaged 30 points a game. Thrice. De'Aaron Fox is averaging 30 points a game right now. De'Aaron Fox, who's a good scorer. But if I told you, give me the top 10 scorers in the NBA, you would not arrive at De'Aaron Fox's name. And he's averaging 30. Everybody's averaging 30. And I'm sitting here going like, we love Yoke, the triple-double. We love all this stuff. But there's a part of me that goes, at what point do all these numbers feel kind of dumb? And I kind of feel like the NBA is at that point right now. These guys are really good offensively. Some of this is just skill level and shooting and spacing. But some of it is like, somebody scores 45 tonight, I don't even look at it. I'm just like, oh, they had 45? Okay. Sounds like, did they make some shots, get to the foul line? Am I alone?
I think it's still a similar problem to some of the last few years. I think guys have virtually given up on trying to defend a certain way, because I think, especially if it's a star perimeter player, like, dude, you're just getting whistled. You can't even fight through a screen, man. You get whistled for that. That's the one that actually kills me.
Yeah.
Is it's like everyone's like, oh, they concede the switch so softly. It's like, yeah, man, but if you try to chase Steph around a real screen, which is probably moving, by the way, you're still going to get whistled for a foul. So I do think that for a lot of guys, it's like, look, part of it is let's try not to give them free ones at the line. If they cook us, like, that's life in the modern NBA, you know?
Legler had a good point on the All-NBA show a couple days ago when I was asking this very question, and that was, he was saying, back in his day, which is the 90s, every team had one shooter. He was it. Like, his role was floor spacer, and you had one. The other 4 did stuff. He's like, now you have 3 or 4 floor spacers, and they all shoot 45% on open threes. And he's like, now it's just impossible to guard. And with the rules and, you know, the stuff you're talking about. But I look at it, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. If Jokic has 34 points tonight, that would be like a nothing game. 34? Yep. You wouldn't. You don't even tell anyone. That's a lot of points. It used to be back in the day. Carmelo Anthony gets a 30 piece. You were like, oh, cooking.
Yeah, 30 was the line of like, oh my God, this is He
had a game.
But it's right. It's like this was last year too. Last year was like everyone was like, oh, we were just looking at all the point totals. Like, what is happening? Like, the most prolific team scoring has all happened this year in the history of the NBA.
Yeah.
There's not Wilt Chamberlain currently in the NBA outside of Jokic. There's like not all of these other players. You're like, there's not Michael Jordan, but like this year, the Sacramento Kings are the most prolific offense this league has ever seen, and they didn't make it out of the first round. Like, it's the defense. It's just the defense. Like, it's just. And I mean, it's a multitude of factors. It's hard to understand, but it's just a different game now. It just truly is a different game. Like, nothing typifies it more than that.
Yeah. I think the game has evolved. I think that everyone else is getting better. And also, if you look at your schedule, you're supposed to destroy certain teams, and people decide to destroy those teams.
True.
I just wish more people would do it. And also, I think more people are just able to score a lot.
Right.
Like, I think that's what the biggest thing is.
These dudes
Instead
are
of a
good,
random
man.
Corey Brewer, There's Donovan Mitchell gets for 60. That's
Right.
wild, but it's like
70,
there's,
yes.
there's more people that
60.
can do it now.
Right.
Child's play.
You're
70.
right, Dev. There are more like the 18th best player in the league could drop 40 for
Who's
sure.
the lamest player that you think could score 70 in
Kyle
today's
Kuzma.
NBA? I don't know if he could score 70, but he might.
Oh, well, then Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole.
Cam Thomas.
Anybody-
Cam
Cam
That's my
Thomas.
guy.
Cam
That's my
Thomas.
guy.
Cam Thomas is a
Cam
shooter.
Thomas.
That is, but that's the right. That is the
You're
latest.
right. Cam Thomas might go for a 60 piece or something.
Cam's
this
the
year.
best because he probably could give you 63 and then give you 4 the next night.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
he
All right,
will.
we got to get to the
Yeah.
betting segment here because I want to make some money.
All right,
open
let's-
up Never Ordinary Bet 365. Listen to Dev.
Denver comes in
For real,
as
though.
9-point favorites. It's a bit shocking to me because Houston has beat this Denver team.
In Houston.
They must know that there's like a glitch in the matrix like last game for Jokic because they just know that he's going to go crazy. So that's why I think that this line is so high. Also, you get Jamal back, and they have not had that. Van Vliet's on the other side. He gets it back. I don't know. I'm not going to go with this line, but I do
too
think
many,
Denver
man.
takes care of business. So -9 wouldn't be shocking for me. I am going to take the over 221 in this one. I know
like
that
that.
Houston wants to slow it down. I think Denver's okay with that, but Denver can score in that half court set. Also, Houston has some scores if they want to go at you, and I think this is a game that they'll get up for as well. On Houston's side of things, it's simple. Everything revolves around the Turkish Prince Şengün. I'll take his over.
The Turkish delight.
PRA 35.5. He plays well against Jokic. And
He does get up for this one.
They just play that pick and roll like really well. Denver, Jokic particularly, he just kind of lets him shoot that mid-range jump shot, and he grabs every board that they take as well. So I like him. I like his points, rebounds, and assists. I'll also take the over 16.5 points, rebounds, assists for Dylan Brooks.
Let me go ahead and bet that.
Yeah, bet that.
Shoot,
You should.
I couldn't have
He's
that.
just a
No need
hard
to even
worker.
say it, but we all know why. That's
Yeah.
it. We can
Yeah,
move on.
Whatever. Let's get on to Denver side of things. You know what we're gonna see a lot of early?
What's
Jamal
that?
Murray baskets, post ups. He's gonna have.
he got a little
Fred
mouse
on
in
him.
the
He got
house.
some little guys
Little
on that
mouse
other
in the
side.
house. I
And if they
love
put
this.
Dylan Brooks on him, he's
Let's
just too
go.
smart for Dylan
Dude.
Brooks. So he is gonna have a lot of post ups in this one. So he's gonna score early baskets.
Bro,
Like,
I
that's
kind
his
of
thing.
love this bet. I'm going
16
hard.
and a half with
Double
a
bet.
favorable matchup.
Double.
Double it up,
Let's
baby.
stick there. I think that Murray gets his assists relatively easy as well. So you could do the points plus assists with him if you just want to ensure it.
Double
But
up.
he's going to make it a point to find Jokic. He did that at the end of the game. They're going to want Jokic to score and get back right.
Okay.
That's going to go through Jamal. 5.5 assists, way too low. He's going to get that.
I like it. You're on fire right now.
Michael Porter Jr., 3-pointers, only 2.5.
2.5? Dude, I can't bet this fast enough.
So damn easy.
This isn't your luck.
You got to think about it.
No.
He hit shots last time, and he didn't see the ball again.
They're gonna fight.
they're
They're at
Bro,
home. And he's at
I'll tell you,
home.
they're-
Am I
I-
filling every bet right
This
now?
is a good one.
They have a
It's a second double bet.
They have a
He's like, I'm not
they have a
getting this
boost for the Nuggets to win, Jokic to score over 30, and MPJ to have 4 plus threes at plus 700 baked in. If you
That's actually, I know, as far as plus 700s go,
that's
Plus
pretty good.
700.
it is plus 700.
So put
but
something small in. You got to sprinkle something
that's
in
a
there.
fun flyer.
That's a fun one. Let's go with Jokic over 7.5 points in the first quarter.
Ooh, I
He's
like
going
it.
to be
Dad, you're
aggressive
so good at
early.
this.
I
He
think
is
that
so
this
good
is a
at
great
this.
one. And then for the lock,
the lock. I've been waiting for this.
Jokic is going to go off. If we think he's going to have a good start, he's going to have a good finish. This is a bounce back spot. I think he goes Thanos in this game. He's going to bounce guys. He's going to finish, and he's going to score a lot. 29.5 points, way too low. You might as well put it with the Nuggets to win in this one.
And the Michael Porter Jr.
And the
too.
Michael Porter Jr. 2.5 threes. You might as
We're
well
doing
put it
our
together.
little boost. We're doing
So
it.
the points 29.5. That is the lock. Let's get it.
700, man, this is such a sucker bet. I can see it from a mile away. I'm going small on it, though. I'm going to just sprinkle a little dollar here on it. Why not? It's kind of fun to do. I love when you tell me Michael Porter threes. There's nothing I love more than that.
Man, 2.5 back at home. He was 4 or 5 last game.
We have a Christian Brown 3 bet. Should I get on that? You guys remember how fun that was last game when he
Is
hit
it,
that?
if it's more than one, I'm out.
Plus 175, 0.5.
Oh God!
all
I'm
right.
still out. I'm still
You're
out.
still, all it takes is
You
one.
should
He's
do
got to
it.
shoot one.
You should do it.
I'm
You should
doing
do-
it. I'm going to do a half unit. I'm
I
gonna do a
take joy
half
in
unit
I
today.
take joy in watching you get it that one time.
the only 3. It was the
We're
funniest
gonna watch
bet in
you get
history.
paid.
I
Yeah, it's
can't
gonna be
wait
dope.
for it. Well, I'm going to get paid $2. I can't wait. Everybody, thanks so much for hanging out with us here. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you guys on the other side.
We all silly like the mayor.